The Rape of the Lock major character is Belinda, the heroine of the poem. Pope says, "For after all the murders of your eye, when after millions slain yourself shall die, when those fair suns shall set, as set they must, and all those tresses shall be laid in dust." Belinda is the heroine of the poem. The face is most interesting: a high, broad forehead, dark eyes with well-formed level eyebrows, a straight nose, pouting lips and a short chin finely rounded. The dress is dark and graceful, a woman in the prime of her beauty and grace. The pose is very elegant and color charming. In it she still wears the fashionable love lock of her day, a creation of wit, beauty, and poetry. She wakes up at 12 and the first thing which takes her attention is a love letter. Then she paints and decorates her with diamonds, perfumes, ornaments, puffs, powders, and patches, putting on all her arms of beauty and grace. Belinda is the heroine of the poem. Belinda versus Miss Arabella Fermor is Miss Arabella Fermor's real life, an acknowledged beauty of her time. Young and charming, a creation of wit, beauty, and poetry. Her smiles are sunny, her manners polished, her eyes large, with graceful ease and pride, having two lovely locks of hair to the destruction of mankind. She goes for a sail then to the Hampton Court and participates in singing and laughing. There she plays the game of cards, then takes coffee. She gets one of her locks raped by the Baron. She is a very passionate mood of anger and grief. She attacks Lord Peter. Her party wins, but she is unable in regaining her lost paradise of Lock. She is also presented as the goddess of beauty and youth. Belinda is like the sun. She sheds her smiles on everyone who comes to her as the sun sheds its warmth on everyone. Pop suggests to us that she may have been pure in her profession, but secretly she was in love with the Baron. Her beauty and charm. The most striking feature of Belinda's personality is her infallible charm. She is not only beautiful but also the cause of joy and brightness in the world wherein she figures. Pope describes her as the fair, the nymph, maid, virgin, and even a goddess. Charms strike the sight, but merit wins the soul. When she moves in her player boat on the Thames, she reminds one of the power of Cleopatra's beauty in the barge on the Niles. The sun is afraid of her brightness and considers her a rival of his beams, and on the Thames she compares with the sun in her brightness. Favors to none, to all she smiles, extends. Oh, she rejects, but never once offends. Bright as the sun, her eyes, the gazers strike, and like the sun, they shine on all alike. People, even if she rejects them with a smile, for such is the effect of her smiles that the moment she smiled, all the world was gay. Her locks of hair, which she has carefully nourished, belonged to the category which ensnares man's imperial race. Her artistry. Belinda's charm is real and genuine, but she is also an artist who knows how to improve upon nature. She is hardly aware of her soul. She has only sentiments. As a critic says, A fashionable woman is always in love with herself. Standing before the mirror as her maid Betty dresses her for the conquest, as an epic hero arms himself for the fight ahead. Belinda looks into her reflection and works hard on the effect she wants to create. Now awful beauty puts on all its arms. The fear each moment rises in her charms, repairs her smiles, awakens every grace, and calls forth all the wonders of her face. Sees by degrees a purer blush arise, and keener lightness quicken in her eyes. Smiles, blushes, and lighting of the eyes are a part of her weapon system, which she wants to exploit fully in her combat with the handsome Bukes. Belinda is not only beautiful, but she is also keen to display her beauty. Belinda is most of the time playing a role, the role of an amicable, beautiful maid who rejects without causing any offense visitor to the court. Happy, 10 times happy, had I been if Hampton Court these eyes had never seen, for she knows that she belongs to the court as a fish belongs to water. Court is the very place where she can kill with her eyes, and for which she dresses herself so deliberately. She knows in her heart of hearts that the cutting off her lock is actually a compliment to her beauty. But she also knows that the event will make her a degraded toast. Privately, she might have enjoyed the adoration by the Baron, but publicly she must condemn his action. Belinda has a great desire to be admired and adored, but is not willing to give her heart to anyone in particular. The metaphor of the sun used for her at the beginning of Canto 2 is truly descriptive. Favors to know the same is the case with her desire to play cards with men. Belinda, now home thirst of fame invites, burns to encounter two adventurous knights. Her pride and vanity. Beauty is a great magic. Belinda's beauty is, of course, a fact, but it is also true that she is fully conscious of her power as a great beauty. No doubt there is a certain style as well as elegance in her dressing up and her public conduct. She can conceal her pride and vanity in the grab of graceful ease and sweetness. The women may be mortal, but their vanities are immortal. With wearing vanities from every part, they shift the moving toy shop of their hearts. As a representative of the 18th century English aristocratic ladies, Belinda has all the vanities, frivolities, and fashions of her social type. Her daily routine is that of a fashionable young woman of the landed aristocracy that surrounded the court of Queen Anne. She gets up from her bed in the late morning, spends a lot of time at the toilet to prepare herself for the evening conquest, rides in a player boat, visits the Hampton Court and plays cards with young handsome gallants. She is busy in a pursuit which represents the subtle courtship game. If she is still a virgin, it is not because of any sense of high morality, but simply because of the fear of losing reputation. Honor forbid, at whose unrivaled shrine is player virtue all our sex resign. Virtue might be lost, but not a good name. No doubt there is a complete lack of spiritual honesty in Belinda. She lacked the sense of personal honor and cared only for public reputation. The world that Belinda inhabits is an artificial world, a world of appearances, and as its central figure, she carries this artificiality to a level of perfection. Every man is a hypocrite. Pop hits the enemy hard.